Hey guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip. Welcome back to my channel, and thank you guys. Thank you. The weekend is upon us. What are we going to do for the weekend? What are we going to do for the weekend? I think I'm working the whole weekend. I don't know yet. Guys, it's supposed to rain the whole weekend, and anybody who is going through any bad weather or any kind of bad things in their life right now, there's a lot going on in the world. There's storms, there's fires, there's wars, there's... Guys, anybody that's going through some hardships right now, just hang on. The scenery is going to change. The scenery will change, guys. The scenery will change. Prayers for the people that are going through with this storm. People are losing power. I understand that. There's floods. I get that. Guys. So let's try to be extra kind this weekend. Maybe somebody, we don't know what they're going through, right? We don't know what they're going through. Guys, I thank you for this community. A community that I'm so proud to be a part of. I'm humbled. So thank you for that. Guys, I've been getting some email, which is a little funny. So a lot of people want to protest Gypsy Rose, which I wanted to protest her a couple of months ago, right? And I still think we should protest her. Protest Gypsy Rose. And a few of you have started, I don't know, this campaign against Amazon. You don't want to shop at Amazon anymore because they're giving a platform to Gypsy Rose. And a lot of you have just like hit the bricks with this and are done like with Gypsy. And, you know, a lot of you guys have just seen so many untruths that you can't even believe what's going on here. And so many questions I get. How can Gypsy still be out on parole when she has broken parole violations 8 and 9 times? And we have proof that she's broken them online. So we know damn well that they have proof that she's broken the violations, that she has violated. You know, sending pictures supposedly to the jails. And here's the thing. The inmates are saying it, more than one inmate. You heard her best friend telling her how to tell an untruth by telling the parole board that anybody could have grabbed her phone and or anybody could have used her phone and just put her phone number on it. I'm familiar with those apps that do that, but you do know that all they have to do is get the phone records and they would catch her on a lie and her breaking her violations. So I don't know what a good friend that is. And I can't understand why somebody who's on somebody who's on parole and was blessed to be on parole and blessed to be out of jail. If blessed is the right word, lucky. Let's go with lucky. Lucky enough to be out of jail after unaliving their mom and just can't seem to understand how they keep pushing and pushing and pushing like they want to go back. Like they're playing a game with the parole board. What will it take to throw Gypsy back in jail? What does she have to do? And I want to know how many people can break their parole 8 times and keep getting a smack on the wrist. It makes you wonder. It makes the parole board look bad. All on their own. Because Gypsy's acting basically the way a lot of inmates act when they get out. They're still trying to get out on one because, as we know, Gypsy did no therapy in jail. That would have been the time for Gypsy to work on herself. Apparently, that was what Ken wanted her to do. You know, I want you to figure it out. I love you so much. I want you to grow and figure out who you are without me. Isn't that what, I mean, to love something, set them free, and if they come back, it's yours? Bullshit. Bullshit. And that would have been the time for Gypsy to get therapy. You know why? It would have been free, Gypsy. It would have been free. You had plenty of time. 8.5 years. What the hell did you do? What did you do in jail? I'd like to know. My question would be, Gypsy, what did you do to pass your time in jail? You know, there's so much. She have girlfriends in jail. She hung out with the chomos in jail. We don't know. We'll never know the truth if it comes to Gypsy. And, you know, I can't even trust her friends because, you know, you are who you hang out with, basically, right? Especially when you know who you hang out with, right? So, guys, a lot of you have sent me letters to join in this campaign of getting Gypsy thrown back in jail. Gypsy's going to get herself thrown back in jail. I did do the protest about Gypsy because I felt like, why is Lifetime promoting somebody who has such bad behavior? Why do they have a platform to lie? Basically, their platform is to lie because Gypsy hasn't admitted truth about anything. And she's getting paid for it. Over and over and over and over and over again. To tell the same story over and over and over and over again. And then she forgot how she told it last time. So it's a little not the same as the last time. And all of this, because when you don't tell the truth, you have to have a really good memory. But Gypsy doesn't stop talking and gets herself in trouble. By the way, guys, did you see the live where Rod opens up? Now, I know you guys, because a lot of you were like, Toddy, did you see the room? Toddy, did you see? I told you guys she was a dirty one, right? It wasn't Ryan. It was her. She's the one that can't keep her house clean. She's the one that has learned no responsibilities. There has been no growth in this woman since she got out of prison. Nothing. No growth at all. So we're going to have like a 10-year-old raising a child if she's really pregnant. And God knows about Ken, who just doesn't seem to be very responsible either. He's got some financial debt. Gypsy has money. Why don't you pay his financial debt if you're paying his bills? Just give him a chance to be out in the clear. And let's see what he does with his life. He should be doing something. He's supposed to be a daddy soon. And did you guys see the video of Christy announcing to Ken that he was going to be a daddy? I mean, Gypsy was in the video, but don't you think Gypsy should have said, baby, we're going to have a baby? You know, whew, guys, it seems to me, I've heard both sides. I've heard that Lifetime doesn't want anything to do with her anymore. And yet I heard she's going to be vlogging with a baby and that there's another book coming out and that there's... How many books can come out about the same situation? Why don't you put a book out, let Nick write his side of the story? Why don't you have Dan write his side of the story? Why is Gypsy writing her side of the story again about the same incident? It's not even an incident. About the same traumatic ending of Dee Dee's life. Why are we going to hear about that again? And why are we going to hear about how she spent 8.5 years in jail, did nothing, and how she just made a mess of her whole life? Pigpen, remember I told you Pigpen? Pigpen was the one that had all that shit behind him as he walked, right? Why would we pay to read a book from a liar? Somebody that's lied to us over and over and over and over and over again. Somebody who doesn't even value their freedom when they're pregnant to do the right thing so that they don't get incarcerated. Somebody that looks at our judicial system, lies, and then just mocks it by breaking the rules that they know. There is no excuse. You can't hang out. You can't talk to felons. You can't write to people in prison, yet she does. Tell me, I heard that Nick's uncle, who also has autism, diagnosed with the same diagnosis as Nick, how is it okay for her to get in touch with him when she's not anywhere allowed to get in touch with Nick? And why doesn't the parole board say anything? Guys, this is my big question. Why hasn't the parole board said, whoa, Shame on you. Come on back here. Let's get you in the Sally Port. Why hasn't that system done that? And if it was anybody else, absolutely, they would be back in prison because they would be. They broke the rules of... She broke the rules of parole 8 or 9 times. Very blatant rules. Caught many times. So how come she's still running the streets and behaving any which way? Well, I'll tell you how. I'll tell you why. Because she can. And nobody's challenging her, and nobody's doing anything to make her change her ways. And that's exactly why Gypsy's behaving exactly the same way. And that's why Gypsy has had no growth. Ryan, I believe that Ryan would have been a good thing for Gypsy. But she wouldn't have been a good thing for Ryan. So I'm still glad that Ryan's gone. I can't wait to see this catastrophe that's going to be Ken and Gypsy's show, right? So, is that why parole is letting her off the hook? For our enjoyment? Our entertainment? No! Because nobody seems to be able to do a job anymore. Nobody cares enough anymore, apparently. It doesn't look good on you, parole board. It doesn't look good on you at all. Guys, tell me what you think. Tell me why you think she's getting away with stuff over and over and over again. Alright guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip once again. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Be better today than you were yesterday. Not half as good as you'll be tomorrow. Never be Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Oh God, just be kind, guys. Thanks.